Hi lovelies, welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda's channel. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. Alright lovelies, let's dive into this. So lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok, and I thought to share with you guys where a lot of people are reacting to the fact that 120 billion is going to be cut off from veteran healthcare, and this got people reacting to, oh my goodness, what is it that we have actually gotten ourselves into? I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of the stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. Alright lovelies, let's dive into it.
Yeah. So I'm going to say what I'm going to say as clearly and concisely as possible. So there's absolutely no mistaking or misconstruing what I'm getting ready to say. If you're a veteran that voted for Donald Trump and you're surprised about this, I want you to raise your hand. Now I want you to take that hand and use it to smack the shit out of yourself because you're a fucking dumbass. And I literally hope that the VA is your only source of health care, because you're fucking dismissed. We don't need you anymore. The entire point of being in the military is that you may potentially have to lay down your life to protect people you don't even know. You fuckers did the opposite. You took people that you don't know, that you knew were gonna get fucked over when you voted for him, and you threw them under the bus to save your own ass. We don't need you in society anymore. Like I said, you fuckers are dismissed. You can go now.
Are you motherfuckers ready to have that oath breaker conversation now? All you veterans for Trump? Are you ready to have it now? Are you ready to fucking say you're a dumbass? Every one of you vets that got in Jolly Good Ginger's face about this, got in my face about this, and every other vet that told you this was going to fucking happen. Are you ready to eat the crow now, or do you want us to cook that bitch? This is why we called you motherfuckers oath breakers. This is why. This is why we said you betrayed your fucking oath. Because you gave in to a man who had never fucking served this goddamn country. And you tried to make it to where those of us who didn't support him were wrong. Well, now he's bringing somebody else in who also hasn't served, who plans on cutting $120 billion fucking dollars from veterans health care. Congratulations, gentlemen and ladies. You fucked us all. You fucked every one of us. You fucked every single one of us. Ready to have that goddamn conversation now? I can't hear you. I can't. Where y'all at? Where you at? Y'all had so much more. Jolly couldn't. I can't believe he said that. An unqualified motherfucker is about to cut $120 billion from veterans health care. But you give so much of a fuck about other veterans, right? Yep. Y'all had so much smoke. So much smoke. Where are you now? Do not be shy. Do not be quiet, bitches. Bring your asses to the front. And I get it. You're going to go fake news. You're going to go this. You're going to go that. You're going to make up every motherfucking excuse until it actually happens. And then what? What is going to be your excuse then? And mind you, you did all of that for a motherfucker that never served, who put another motherfucker who never served in charge of people who have served their health care benefits. You know the shit that we actually fucking earned by putting on the goddamn uniform all that fucking time, marching, ruck marching, spending time away from our motherfucking families, all those goddamn CQ duties and things of that nature. Remember that? And y'all got all in your motherfucking feelings about Jolly Good Ginger calling you oath breakers. You did. And this is the result. This is the result. You turned a chicken hawk coward into a tough guy. And then you elected him not once, but fucking twice. The first time this motherfucker caused an insurrection against the government. The government that belongs to the people that we swore to protect and defend. Defend and protect their rights. Well, part of that agreement was this. You go and you protect and defend the rights and the Constitution and the people of America. And we, to the best of our fucking ability, and it hasn't always been easy, will do our damnedest to take care of you. And then you put a fucking coward-ass draft-dodging piece of shit back into the White House. And now he's bringing unqualified other motherfuckers who have never served. And they're going to cut the benefits of the people that did the jobs that neither one of these two motherfuckers could do. And some of you who wore the uniform supported that. But you had a problem with being called an oath breaker. You betrayed every active duty military personnel. You betrayed the veterans. The people who stood side by side with you, that wore the uniform, that ate the dirt that you did, that embraced the suck. Well, I guess you motherfuckers said, embrace the suck political version. And y'all had the nerve to get in your motherfucking feelings about what Jolly Good Ginger said, to the point where y'all were putting that man's information out. Congratulations. You fucked us all, you raggedy bastards.
Okay, so if you're one of the people who voted for Donald Trump and now is having some regrets because you're starting to learn things that you, for whatever reason, didn't learn in advance, like that Obamacare is the Affordable Care Act and that they're looking to gut it, or you're a veteran and now there's this proposal to cut benefits there, I highly recommend, before we actually lose our democracy, and no, that is not hyperbole, but please call your representatives. Actually fight this before it is too late, right? Because none of this is written in stone, but if you just passively accept it, it will move forward, okay? So I'm not saying I told you so, because whatever, we learn at our own pace, but fight it now before it is actually too late, please.
And not only that, but his plan, it would seem, for cuts in Social Security is if your number is even, you're in. If the last number in your Social Security number is even, you're in. If your last number in Social Security is odd, you're out. There, 50% cut. And now, to make it cut even further, those that are in, if the first number of your Social Security number is odd, you're in. If the first number of your Social Security number is even, you're out. There, 75% cut. Keep that in mind. This is what y'all asked for. You want to talk unqualified? Stupid? Yeah.
A lot of us were wondering what was going to happen with Matt Gaetz because he took the job for the AG and resigned from Congress, but then he dropped out of the nomination for AG because of the potential report from the Ethics Committee. So everyone was wondering, well, he resigned from this Congress, but he won his re-election, so is he coming back into Congress in January? And it's just been announced that Matt Gaetz says he will not return to Congress next year. Which means that report was fucking juicy. And don't get me wrong, it will be leaked one way or the other. We will know eventually exactly what was in that ethics report. But because of all the damning shit about Matt Gaetz was obviously at least mostly true, if not worse than we thought, Matt Gaetz not only pulled his nomination for Attorney General, but he completely backed out of Congress forever. Which means, hey, look on the bright side, at least we're rid of Butthead. And everybody already knows what a disgusting pig he is. So thankfully, if nothing else, we are completely rid of Matt Gaetz. See you at your trial, asshole. Now, a lot of us were wondering...
Sometimes, even during a terrible storm, the sun breaks through the clouds and reminds us of what could be. And today's little ray of sunshine is brought to you by Matt Gaetz withdrawing from consideration of being Donald Trump's Attorney General. Of course, he tried to make it sound like he was being all selfless, like, I don't want to distract from all the good that Trump and Vance are doing. But really, I think he's just hoping that all of this terrible information about what he did won't actually come out. That's why he withdrew from Congress, and he thought that this was going to be a workaround, and it didn't work out because stuff is being leaked. And so I think he's just trying to run away from that, and he'll probably go cry into a big pile of his daddy's money. But whatever the reason, this is one bullet dodged, and we'll take it. Just don't forget those who tried to fight to keep him. Don't forget the Marjorie Taylor Greens who threatened other Republicans, I'll release your sexual indiscretions if you don't vote him through. But for now, ding dong, the witch is dead. And on to the next.
Is Matt Gaetz's decision to withdraw his nomination for Attorney General an indication that some Republican senators are unwilling for the American government to become a freaking joke led by an unending parade of unethical, immoral, unqualified individuals? What do you think?
Certified House of Representatives, certified pedophile. Good news, the guy with the face like a Spider-Man villain is out of that role. His reason was he was becoming a distraction from Orange Daddy and VD Vance. Didn't you just quit your job for this one? I have a list of all 36 of his cabinet picks, and to be honest with you, I'm making videos about each one. But just like Orange Daddy, the big scary thing is not so much the one that's there, but the one that gets picked next. I wonder what could have been such a distraction from them. What was it? You know, I usually am able to remember things like 17 out of 18 times. Alexa, play Teenage Love. But my question is, what does Matthew No Boundaries Gaetz here do next? What's his next job? What do you do now? Kind of reminds me of the Date Right Stuff guy who was originally in Trump's squadron but got moved out because he had some problems. Like, how do you get kicked out of that group? How much of a villain do you have to be for that group to be like, distance yourself from us? You're ruining our reputation. Now I'm positive his time is not up, and I'm sure he'll have some fallback option. Maybe he'll start some kind of program for girls who haven't graduated high school yet.
Huge news. Matt Gaetz has just withdrawn his nomination as Attorney General, handing Donald Trump his first defeat since becoming president-elect. Now, this comes directly from Matt Gaetz himself, who just posted this on his Twitter page. I had excellent meetings with senators yesterday. I appreciate their thoughtful feedback and the incredible support of so many. While the momentum was strong, it's clear my confirmation was unfairly becoming a distraction to the critical work of the Trump-Vance transition. What I think really happened is he sat down with senators and they asked him point blank, what are we going to see in this report? What did you do? Is this going to prevent you? And it was clear after that meeting, he had no chance at all. And this just goes to show you exactly who Donald Trump is picking. He is putting no thought into this. He is not caring about qualifications. He only cares on whether or not they will be loyal to him. And this comes on the heels of Pete Hegseth's police report coming out. This is great news for America, though. Make no mistake about it. That Matt Gaetz is out, and I still want to see that report.
So Donald Trump chose Pam Bondi to be his next attorney general. Does anybody feel like that was the plan all along? You know, I was really struggling with Matt Gaetz. It didn't make sense to me. The pick didn't make sense. He was so controversial and the allegations were so bad and not easily proven to be false. Like, they're not something that you could just prove. It's more of a he said, she said. It's a very sensitive topic. It's like, why in the world would he choose this guy? Like, there's so many qualified people. And so then I saw, you know, Matt Gaetz go in with the meeting with all the senators and came out, you know, smiling and happy. And then the next day he's saying after his meeting with the senators and really effectively finding out who is for him and who is against him, he decided to step down. We all know with Trump this term he is not planning it like his last one. He knows he's got 4 years. He wants to get as much done as he possibly can. And he needs to know who the roadblocks are going to be. I think this was all planned and plotted. I think Pam Bondi was the choice all along. He knew that Matt Gaetz wasn't going to get confirmed. I think he just needed to see and wanted to know who was for him and who was against him. And now we have the first woman attorney general and the first woman chief of staff. So all these people who keep saying that this man hates women, math ain't mathing, you guys.
Good morning. As we all know about yesterday, Matt Gaetz decided he no longer wanted to be the center of attention, took his toys and went home, pulling his nomination for Attorney General. By the end of the day, Florida man Donald Trump picked Florida woman, former Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi, to be the next Attorney General of the United States. Now, if I had to pick between Pam and Matt, I'd pick Pam because historically here in the state of Florida, she has worked across the aisle in the past. One of the projects she spearheaded here in Florida when she was Attorney General, she worked across the aisle with a Democratic representative and prosecutor to go after pill mills here in the state of Florida. But of course, the nomination can't be without some bullshit, right? Pam Bondi received a $25,000 donation when she was running for Attorney General of the state of Florida. That $25,000 donation came from a Trump charity, which is no longer in operation because Letitia James in the state of New York put an end to the Trump charity because they were doing illegal things like making donations to campaigns. Of course, nothing ever came of it. But what did happen when Pam Bondi was the Attorney General of the state of Florida is she declined to go after Trump University, like so many other attorneys generals did, because it was an elaborate fraud. But she's been a longtime Donald Trump supporter. In fact, she even spoke at the Republican National Convention in 2016. This is more of Susie Wiles from Florida packing the national government with people who she groomed and produced here in Florida.
Breaking news as Matt Gaetz is now officially withdrawing his consideration to be the AG for President Trump. This came from social media posts in which Matt Gaetz said, "I had excellent meetings with senators yesterday. I appreciate their thoughtful feedback and the incredible support of so many. While the momentum was strong, it is clear that my confirmation was unfairly becoming a distraction to the critical work of the Trump-Vance transition." He continued by saying, "I remain fully committed to see that Donald J. Trump is the most successful president in history. I will forever be honored that President Trump nominated me to lead the Department of Justice, and I'm certain he will save America." Then Donald Trump took to Truth Social to make this announcement by saying that he greatly appreciated the recent efforts of Matt Gaetz in seeking approval to be my Attorney General. He was doing very well, but at the same time did not want to be a distraction for the administration, for which he has much respect. Adding that Matt Gaetz will do great things. Yeah. So now what happens to that ethics report? From the looks of it, it looks like it's not going to be released. They probably had a deal like, look, we're not going to release this if you pull your nomination. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below, and be sure to follow me.
Like, seriously, lovely, is this actually right to say that at this point, I think that everybody is going to dance to the rhythm of the music. Everybody inclusive. Like, be you blue, yellow, red, and black, whatsoever, is going to dance to the rhythm of the music. Because this was actually said this was said during the campaign. This was said during all of the things that have been happening before the real deal. But people just turned their blind eyes of it. And now everybody is actually, finding out. But there is one thing I am noticing on this finding out season. Why is it that all of a sudden there are so many people blaming people? Like, I am noticing something on this finding out season. It appears that there are so many people blaming people, even if people that looks like me are not even pointing fingers anymore. Like they are in their what's it called? They call it resting era, in their you know skincare routine era. Why is it that there are so many people right now all out abortioning blame, blaming this, blaming that? Then who really voted for? If so many people comes out abortioning blames, then who? Why am I not seeing so many people that actually did the do coming out to defend all of it? You know, or is it that all of a sudden all of the people that actually contributed in what is happening now are now mute? Like they are now, are they just mute in regretting, or they are mute in terms of maybe shame or something? Like what is really going on? I'm seeing a lot of people blaming, if you are full of blaming someone and blaming someone, then who really is the people that this they do? Who are they? Because it's as if it appears that every other person I'm seeing, the stitches are just blaming people. So who are the people that did the do? I think I have to take my time to actually look for those people that did the do, to know what they are still saying. Because I noticed that after the elect, a lot of them were like, oh yeah, we are proud of what we do. But all of a sudden, they are just all quiet. They are quiet. Like, I have not seen anything about them coming out to defend. Because at least when you know what you did and you are so proud of that, you should be able to come out to like, yeah, we know it's going to happen. Yeah, we actually like it that way. I have not seen stuff like that. I'm just seeing a lot of people blaming people and blaming, and apart from people that looks like me who actually know what they want and they went for it. But it's just that when you are in the midst of people who do not see the visions that you are seeing, or who do not have the inner eyes or the thought eyes that you have, they tend to just they tend to be a stumbling block. Seriously, this actually reminds me of affordable care and Obamacare. A lot of people actually thought that the Affordable Care Act and Obamacare are two different things. They thought that maybe the Obama is the one that actually benefit people that looks like me. Then affordable is the one that they will rather keep than to actually keep the other one that sound more representing to people that looks like me, But they don't know that at the end of the day, you are actually going to end up hurting yourself. There's this, particular stitch that I stitch here. That was before the election and all of that. And this pan-colored woman was asked a question. I think it's actually a podcast. And she was like, why is it that, the question was like, why is it that you actually want to, vote for red, even if you know that deep inside of you, this red is, oh my God, what are we going to do? She was like, yeah, she would rather go for red in order to maintain their status. What I mean status is in order to maintain their privilege. So even if I know that deep inside of me, this is not even a go area, but I am just going to go for it anyways. So far, it's going to still help me to maintain my status. But without them realizing that, maintaining your status is going to be one day not even important anymore. I think this is the reason why a lot of people, actually went for these states without realizing that stays might eventually not be important that much, but survival of the fittest would be. And now that they are beginning to realize that, oh, I really made a mistake. I was all blinded by maintaining my stays, my privilege. I was so blinded without actually calming down to tell myself the truth, without, giving myself time to actually reflect, to know what I am going or putting myself into. I think a lot of people who actually did what they think that is right, which I believe that something might change in the future, actually went for this based on the fact that people just want to maintain the supremacy. For that lady on the podcast to like, oh, don't you know that if I go for the red or if I go for the blue, pine-colored men will not be at the front line anymore. They will be at the back seat, then giving room to POC people to be at the front. You see what I'm saying? So I am going for red. Even if I know that this red is not a go area, but this red will still allow us to maintain our states of being the majorities or being the more privileged or whatsoever reasons that she gave. And this is what an average person who actually thought that, oh, okay, we know, we know all of the things that you think that he did, or all of the disadvantages of whatever, but we still want to go for him anyways because it's going to help us maintain the states. This is why a lot of people went there, even if people that looks like me have really done their own assignment, or will I call it a homework, then they came out to tell people, oh, this is just it. Someone was like in my comment section, and I was just smiling. They're like, where are all the black people? Why are they not, what is happening? Why is it that they are not pained, or they are not complaining and all of that? And I was like, why would they complain? Why would they complain? They have already done their part. They did their part before the D-Day. These are the ones who are just complaining up and down are the ones that refuse to do their own part. They are doing their part after the the milk have already been spilled already. But people that look like me already did their own parts, done their own research, do whatever they need to do before the D-Day. They cleared their desk. Do you know what is 93%? Oh my God, that is huge. That is to show you that they did their homework very, very well, and they did it so perfectly. It is not laying for the other people that is complaining ups and down to just take. It's not as if it's not going to affect people that lose. It will, but it's something that they are used to. They're used to it. But these are the ones that is so afraid, that have been living, when you have been living a luxurious life, and all of a sudden you heard that your luxurious life is threatened. All you have to do is fear on how to secure your luxurious life. Compared to when you have been living in a particular, condition, or maybe you have been stationed to be in, no matter what happens, you are still going to be okay. You are still going to be fine. So this is just the way it is. So people that looks like me have actually done their best. They've tried their best. They've tried to tell people countless times, number of times already. Even they have, oh my goodness. Anyway, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational purposes. So if you do not subscribe to this channel or to this extent, you are getting a huge favor to do that.
and I will see you lovelies when I upload
the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational purposes. So please share this video, subscribe if you're yet to do that, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.